Ever wonder what it takes to make those perfectly smooth metal parts? You know, the ones you find in practically everything?
Like gears,
Yeah, gears, medical instruments.
even your smartphone.
Exactly. They all rely on, well, the magic of precision grinding.
It's true. And speaking of magic, today we're diving deep.
Into the world of grinding machine operators.
That's right. To see if this hands-on, high-tech career might be a good fit, for you.
Or someone you know.
It's a career path that's, well, it's heating up.
Oh, really? How so?
The demand for skilled operators, it's projected to grow way faster than average, in the coming years.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it means more opportunities, especially for those who are, truly passionate about precision.
Okay, I'm intrigued. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's break down what a grinding machine operator actually does on like a daily basis.
Okay, so imagine this. You're in a bustling manufacturing facility,
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by, all these powerful machines.
Mm.
But you're not just pressing buttons. You're reading blueprints, interpreting technical drawings, and using that information to program these incredible pieces of equipment.
It's like translating a secret code, but instead of some hidden message, you're creating a real-world object.
Yes, with incredible accuracy.
So cool.
And get this, the tools of the trade. We're talking about abrasive wheels embedded with, get this, diamond teeth.
Diamond teeth. Okay, now that's officially the coolest thing I've heard all week.
I know, right?
But why diamonds?
Well, because when it comes to grinding, you need something, incredibly hard and precise to shave off those tiny layers of metal and achieve, well, a flawless finish.
I guess that makes sense.
And diamond's like the superhero of materials when you need that level of accuracy.
So you're essentially a metal whisperer coaxing those diamond teeth to remove just the right amount of material from a workpiece. But it's not just about, brute force, is it? There's a lot of finesse involved too, right?
Absolutely. You're constantly adjusting the machine's settings, things like the depth of the cut, the rotation speed, even the type of coolant used to get that perfect result.
Wow, so many variables.
I know. It's like a dance between you and the machine, working in harmony to create something remarkable.
It sounds like there's a real element of problem solving involved too. What happens when things don't go exactly according to plan?
Well, that's where experience and a calm head come in handy. Imagine this. You're working on like a really critical component, and suddenly you hear this strange vibration coming from the machine. What do you do?
Ah, gosh, I'm already breaking out in a sweat just thinking about it. I probably just hit the emergency stop button and, I don't know, hope for the best.
Well, panicking won't fix a misaligned wheel or a worn-out bearing. This is where those aha moments come into play. Experienced operators learn to diagnose those subtle signs, troubleshoot on the fly, and apply their knowledge to, get things back on track.
So it's not just about knowing how to operate the machine. It's about understanding its, I don't know, nuances, its quirks, and how to adapt when things go sideways. That takes some serious skill.
It does.
What?
And those challenges, those moments where you have to think critically and find creative solutions, are often the most rewarding parts of the job.
Yeah, I can see that.
They're the experiences that really solidify your expertise and make you a sought-after asset in, the manufacturing world.
Okay, I'm starting to see why this career path is in such high demand. But let's be real, it's not all diamond-studded grinding wheels and problem-solving triumphs. What about the downsides? What are some of the challenges that someone, considering this field should be prepared for?
Well, it's probably a good idea to address the, how do I say this, the dust cloud in the factory.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, the work environment, it can be demanding.
I imagine so.
It's often loud, potentially dusty, and, requires strict adherence to safety protocols.
Of course, safety first.
Exactly. You'll be on your feet a lot, and depending on the specific tasks, there might be, repetitive motions involved.
So to sum up, not exactly a job for someone who dreams of a cushy office chair and, I don't know, endless cups of herbal tea.
Not quite. But, a lot of people, many folks in this field actually find that hands-on dynamic environment to be, well, to be energizing.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
It's about being, in the thick of things, seeing raw materials transformed into those precision parts,
Yeah.
and knowing that your skills are playing, a vital role in that whole process.
That's going to feel pretty good, actually.
It does. It does.
But, and I hate to bring this up, but even for someone who, enjoys that kind of hands-on work, what about the potential for, long hours or, what was it, shift work?
Right.
Those aren't everyone's, how do they say, cup of tea.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You're right. Those are definitely factors to consider. Depending on the industry and the employer, overtime or rotating shifts might be
Ooh.
part of the equation.
Right.
It's all about finding that balance between, a career you're passionate about and a lifestyle that fits your needs.
For sure. Finding that balance is key in like anything, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And since we're on the topic of, well, I guess research,
Okay.
let's go back to something you mentioned earlier, those moments of problem solving.
Oh, yeah.
Our sources are full of anecdotes from seasoned operators, about those times when they had to dig deep, use their ingenuity, and maybe even get a little creative to overcome, some kind of challenge.
Oh, I love those stories. It's like those medical dramas where, the doctor cracks the case and saves the day.
Right.
But instead of a scalpel, you've got, well, a diamond grinding wheel.
Exact. I actually have a good example if you're interested.
Oh, absolutely. Hit me with it.
Okay, so one that comes to mind is from a seasoned operator who talked about a time when, it seemed like a simple grinding job kept producing parts that were, just slightly off.
Oh, no, that's the worst.
It was a whole thing. They checked the blueprints, they recalibrated the machine, they even swapped out the abrasive wheel, but nothing seemed to work.
Oh, wow.
Finally, they realized that the metal itself, which had been sitting in storage, had, get this, subtly warped because of the temperature changes in the warehouse.
So it wasn't even anything they did. It was like the environment.
It was so strange, but that was it.
Wow. So it was like a, I don't know, detective story. They had to think beyond the machine itself and consider all the factors that could be influencing, the outcome.
Exactly. And it's that ability to think critically, connect the dots, and sometimes even challenge assumptions that sets the truly exceptional operators, apart.
Okay, that's impressive. So we've talked about the day-to-day tasks, the work environment, the problem-solving aspects, but what about the, I don't know, the long game? What does a career trajectory in, this field actually look like?
You're asking the million-dollar question. And the good news is it's not a one-size-fits-all answer. There are multiple paths you can take depending on, your interests and aspirations.
Okay, let's map out those possibilities. I imagine a natural starting point, for many, would be those entry-level positions where you're learning the ropes from, experienced operators.
Precisely. Think of it as an apprenticeship where you're getting, that hands-on training, mastering the fundamentals of operating different grinding machines, and familiarizing yourself with all those industry-specific terms that might seem like, I don't know, a foreign language at first.
Like a whole other language.
Yeah, there are a lot of it.
It's like learning a new craft, right?
Yeah.
And building that solid foundation of skills and knowledge that you'll draw upon throughout, your career.
Exactly. You got it.
What comes next on this journey? So you've paid your dues, honed your skills. What's next on that, grinding ladder?
Well, this is where things get really interesting. As you gain experience, you might find yourself drawn to a particular type of grinding machine or maybe a specific industry.
Okay.
Specialization can be, a fantastic way to boost your earning potential and become a highly sought after expert.
So instead of being like a generalist,
Right.
you might become the go-to person for, I don't know, say cylindrical grinding,
Exactly.
or maybe even something like super specialized, like precision grinding, but for aerospace components.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And as you progress, you might find yourself, taking on more leadership responsibilities.
That makes sense.
Remember those seasoned operators who are sharing their aha moments and all their troubleshooting tips?
Yeah, the ones who had seen it all.
Exactly. Well, they often transition into mentoring roles, guiding and training, the next generation of grinding gurus.
It's like that saying, each one, teach one, passing on that hard-won expertise to help others, thrive in the field.
Right.
I imagine that's incredibly rewarding.
It is. It is.
In its own right, yeah.
And for those who have a natural knack for, leadership and a passion for optimizing processes,
Okay.
there's a path to becoming a grinding machine supervisor.
Okay, so now we've officially entered, management territory.
That's right. That's right.
What does that actually entail, in this context?
So imagine this. You're overseeing a team of operators,
Okay.
each with their own specialties and, skill sets.
Right.
You're not just responsible for keeping those machines humming. You're also managing schedules, ensuring, quality control.
Of course.
And finding ways to boost efficiency. Across the board, the entire operation.
So it's I don't know, a delicate balancing act of technical expertise, people management, and like a keen eye for continuous improvement.
You got it. And if you thrive in that environment, enjoy those, I don't know what you'd call them, big picture challenges,
Right.
there's always the potential to climb even higher to a senior grinding machine supervisor role.
Oh, wow. So now we're talking about like leading the leaders.
Basically.
What sets those folks apart?
These are I would say, strategic thinkers, the ones who are not only masters of, the grinding craft,
Mm.
but also understand, like, the ins and outs of the entire manufacturing process.
Yeah.
They're collaborating with engineers, making key decisions about equipment and, technology,
Yeah.
and really, I would say, shaping the future of the grinding department.
Wow. I don't know, that's a far cry from where we started, reading blueprints and learning to like operate a single machine.
It is. It is.
It's amazing how much opportunity for growth exists within, this one, I guess, specialized field.
It really is. And here's the key takeaway for you listening, no matter, what stage of the journey you're at, whether you're just starting out or aiming for a leadership role.
Right.
What truly makes the difference is, well, it's a passion for precision, a dedication to continuous learning, and that, I don't know, that spark of curiosity that keeps you asking, how can we make this even better?
Because at the end of the day, a career isn't just about, clocking in and clocking out.
It's not, no.
It's about finding that thing that, I don't know, gets you fired up, that makes you want to bring your A game, every single day.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So if this, deep dive has sparked your interest, if you're intrigued by the idea of working with your hands, mastering cutting-edge technology, and being part of a dynamic, evolving industry,
Yeah.
then maybe, just maybe, a career as a grinding machine operator is, the perfect fit for you.
And even if you decide it's not, quite the right path,
Yeah, of course.
we hope this, I don't know, deep dive has given you a glimpse into the, I've got to say, fascinating world of manufacturing.
It's a cool
A
world.
world where precision meets creativity,
Absolutely.
where innovation is constantly, reshaping the landscape, and where skilled craftspeople are, well, they're always in high demand.
Absolutely. So keep those gears turning, explore your options, and never stop. Never stop learning. Who knows what incredible opportunities await you in the world of, well, making things.
I love that. That's a wrap on this deep dive into the world of grinding machine operators. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep that curiosity alive.